Take 100. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head, murdering me. And they've been doing that for 7 years with a telepathy weapon that conducts an investigation on its own and reports back once it's completed its investigation, its findings. They have, in the 7 years, they have been attacking me with a war weapon that has made my hair fall out, that has made me swell, that has made me cry, that has burned me, scratched me, it had me so clumsy that I fell on my head, and makes my eyes blur, makes my vision slur, makes me lose consciousness. It makes me black out, losing consciousness. It makes me stutter. It makes me, I said slur, stutter, confused, and basically having a hard time retrieving my memory. So in 7 years, it's the torture from this weapon has been ongoing because the weapon itself wants to conclude its investigation of whatever claims that they have made against me and everyone else in my circle, and wants to report back. But these terrorists keep triggering it over and over again so that it won't report back, because apparently if this were to report back what it wants to report back, the bitches, terrorist Egyptian American Muslim women talking in my head would then be ultimately be sentenced to death for everything I just said they've done. And by some I mean they've done everything. So you can't even imagine the position I'm in. I don't know them. I don't owe them money. I don't do drugs. I don't drink, and I don't smoke. And I don't anymore. When I was younger, it was like feel bad for people, and I was young and rebellious and thought, life is like, I was optimistic. Like you could just do just about anything and God will be by your side and have love for everyone. And now, being that I have kids and what's going on with my head, I'm very cutthroat. I don't entertain any of that. Not the environment. If you need help from a distance, so on and so forth. It's obvious like they're not getting anywhere with me and how heartbroken I am over this situation because of like my complete and utter like want and actual control over what I want to happen in my daughter's life to the best of my ability, under the circumstances. So, and what I mean by that is, because it might not be clear as to what I'm trying to say, is, deliberately, making sure that I make an intention and not to be just doing it because that's what's right to do. Doing it because it's like I'm surviving and I want my daughter to outlive these terrorists so that she can move on with her life, because they've been threatening to murder her and me. And they are murdering both of us. They're shaving years off our life. And there's not a picture of me or my daughter. I mean, really, honestly, there aren't that many pictures of us. And while in the past 7 years, several people that I have known, that I grew up with, have died, and the terrorists in my head have said they've murdered them blatantly. Said they murdered and raped my friend Bernadette and drugged her to death until she died, and till they burned her to death, and she from the inside made her rot, gave her heart attack, and had her basically lay in her bodily acids until she decomposed so that they could not find out the cause of death. There are Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head. Now I'm looking back, my daughter in 7 years, because of how crazy I've been thinking that